markets are rallying and they continue to rally. This is the 6th consecutive day of bulls raging in Dalal Street. Suyash, how exactly did the markets close?
So, Shweta, in today's session, markets continue to move higher as we saw stock-specific action taking precedence, as the earnings season is on, and Nifty closed just shy of the 20,000 mark for the very first time. Now, the buying interest was seen in banking, pharma, and FMCG counter. At close, Sensex was up 474 points to close at 67,571 levels. And the 30-share index touched an intraday high of 67,619 and an intraday low of 66,831. Now, Nifty ended 0.74% higher at 19,979 levels. It touched an intraday high of 19,991 mark and an intraday low of 19,758. Now, the broader markets underperformed the headliners. Nifty Mid-Cap 100 was up 0.25% and the Small Cap Index was up 0.37%.
All right, and I'm looking at earnings season, and Infosys was expected to announce its first quarter earning today. We're given to understand numbers are out. Do you have the numbers with you just as yet?
So, Shweta, Infosys shares, the numbers are out. From at least what I can see, the net profit has risen about 11% and is under the expectations to about 5,945 crore. The numbers are going to get updated in a short bit of time, but Infosys today closed 2% lower ahead of the expectations. Now, the market was obviously expecting a muted quarter for the IT bellwether, as has been the case with other IT majors like TCS, HCL, and Wipro. But the focus will be on the order book of Infosys and how their guidance comes out.
All right. Guidance we're given to understand stands revised downward for the financial year 24th. It has Infosys, in fact, first quarter has met street estimates. There's been a sharp decline, as I mentioned, in the revenue guidance. I am looking at numbers that are coming in right now. We continue to bring you all those numbers. Annual growth is now expected between 1 to 1.3%. Earlier, the guidance was approximately 4 to 7%. This is, in fact, a trend across IT majors. There is muted expectation globally, and this could likely continue in the coming year ahead.
No, Shweta, one of the things that we need to see that we are coming, like the first quarter of the financial year is the strongest quarter generally for the Indian IT companies. Now, because of the banking crisis in the US and Europe, there was, the big clients, of these companies deferred their discretionary spending. But now what we need to understand is that Infosys, TCS, and other IT bellwethers are in the business of enterprise tech, right? So regardless of a small drawdown in the order book, their regular business, enterprise tech, continues to give them good results.
All right, and remember, IT Pack has been a major gainer on the back of good or at least expected results from companies so far, including TCS, HCL, and now Infosys. We will, of course, bring all those numbers to you. How has the IT sector done today? How has the pack performed today on Dalal Street?
So, all sectoral indices barring Nifty IT, ended the day in the green. Nifty IT was down about 0.66%. Now, again, the expectations was of a muted earnings from Infosys, and that is why the IT sector has underperformed today. But also we need to understand that the IT sector was also driving returns over the past 2 weeks and was one of the major gainers in the Nifty, among the sectoral indices on Nifty.
All right, and another earning that we are tracking today is with respect to FMCG major HUL. HUL has also come up with its results. We're given to understand the revenue is up 6.1% to the tune of 15,148 crore rupees. Now, I don't know whether this is in line with expectation. We, of course, continue to get you those details as and when they emerge. They are emerging as we speak, but FMCG sector particularly, I want to know how FMCG stocks have performed today, this morning.
So FMCG was among the top gainers today. It added about 1%. Now the expectation was that we will see volume picking up on a better demand outlook, and the commodity prices, which have softened over the past few months, will help the company post a better margin numbers. Also, the rural demand, Shweta, has been picking up, which is making analysts more optimistic about the upcoming quarters for the IT, for the FMCG sector.
All right, rural demand picking up is a good sign indeed, and net profit is up 8% for HUL, the FMCG major. Margins up about 23%. Numbers are looking good. They're stacking up well for at least the first quarter for FMCG. And in fact, FMCG sector largely an indicator of how consumption is being driven in the economy. So if these numbers are anything to go by, consumption and the macro picture is looking well, panning out well so far.
Also the demand has been picking up constantly over the past 3 or 4 months, and we have seen that inflation is coming down, so the margin was expected to improve for the IT companies, and at 23% it's great for HUL.
And given that consumption is up despite high inflation in the first quarter, inflation above the 4% mark, we don't know how second quarter is going to pan out so far, but first quarter of the year so far, with all the results that have come in cumulatively, has done well, has augured well.
Yes, especially, and when we are talking about inflation, despite it being high, has continued to soften month over month, right? So over the next few quarters, the margins are only expected to pick up for the FMCG sector.
All right. Before I let you go, I also want to understand which were the top gainers and losers in the market today.
So, Shweta, when we are talking about sectoral indices, Nifty Bank, Nifty FMCG, Nifty Pharma, and Nifty Private Bank all added over 1% in today's session. Now, among individual stocks, ITC was the top gainer in the Nifty pack today. It rose about 2.78%, followed by Kotak Mahindra, which was up 2.64%, and ICICI Bank, which gained 2.28%. Now, on the other side, Reliance Industries fell about 7.81%, but then again we know it was because of the demerger of the Jio Financial Services Limited business. Infosys, which was expected to again report a muted set of numbers for the quarter ended June, ended 1.73% lower. Ultratech Cement was another top loser today. It fell about 1.26%, and HCL Tech, which was down 1.13%.
All right, I quickly also want to touch upon Reliance stock because it gave me major, it spooked me. It gave me a major fright this morning when I saw my share value had dropped significantly, or shares that I had bought last evening. Where are we looking at Reliance shares heading today? And with respect to Jio Financial Services, we understand the listing hasn't happened today. Just that's a quick clarity. Listing is expected to happen later, but the demerger process is now complete. Where are we as far as Jio Financial Services is concerned?
So Jio Financial Services will be part of the Nifty pack, and that is just to maintain the entire overall composition of Reliance Industries. Now, the expectation is that the date of listing of Jio Financial Services will be announced in the upcoming AGM, and at least the market is expecting it to be listed within a period of 2 to 3 months. Now, Jio, the market was expecting Jio to fetch a price of about 160 to 190. It outperformed all those in today's special opening session and was assigned a price of 261.85 rupees. Now, what this means is that whenever Jio gets listed on the stock, like the first opening price would be.
Would you not say it's not? Are you saying it's not listed today? I just want to clarify that for the benefit of viewers. It's not listed today. It's not up for trading, but it is listed today.
Yes. So you can see it. So basically, what's happened is that it's a standard merger and demerger procedure where to maintain the composition of the entire Reliance for the Reliance Group, they have kept Jio's price constant at 261.85. Now, it will continue to be the part of the Nifty pack and the other indices, other 18 indices Reliance is part of, as long as a listing date. So, after it gets listed, 3 days from then, it will start trading. It will start trading, and the constant share price will fall off the bracket.
All right. So those, of course, are big updates that we're tracking as far as Sensex, Nifty, Dalal Street in general is concerned. We will, of course, bring you all those updates tomorrow morning as well. Suyash, thanks very much for joining with your inputs on that story.